Hello guys, welcome back to my channel where today we are playing Stormworks Build and Rescue. I will be showing you how to build a jet engine, like I said back in the little bit ago. I will be showing you how to build a jet engine. Let's see how the video goes. Okay, I'm back. So we have a little platform here that I've built. I'm probably going to extend it here, because why not? We need as much room as we can get. So, obviously, we need to go down to the jet engine category. So you need a combustion chamber, a compressor, and then you're going to need a turbine. We're going to use a medium in this case. So we need a fan. So large or small, it really doesn't matter. I just go with the small. Okay. So you obviously have to start with the intake, because this is where everything gets pulled in, the air and stuff gets pulled into the engine. So then you have your compressor, which also has to follow along with the rules here. So compressor, then you need a combustion chamber. And then you need the turbine. So what the turbine does is it basically is off of what we're going to be building here. So now off of the turbine, that's another thing you're going to need. You're going to need an exhaust. The afterburner isn't an exhaust. We need either an exhaust basic or an exhaust rotating. We're going to use an exhaust basic. So basically, this exhaust will be what shoots out the stuff you see coming out of jet engines in Stormworks, the stuff. And you can also add an afterburner onto there, which will basically make more propulsion. But for now, we're just going to go with that. So, now this is fuel. This is where your fuel goes into. And then on your little turbine here, we also have something. So basically on your turbine, you also have a output, a RPS output. So that will put out RPS for like a helicopter. So for our jet engines, obviously, like I talked about in the last video, we need a fuel tank. And like I talked about in the last video about how fuel tanks have jet fuel mode, which is where you take the select right here, you click on it, and that gives you diesel, jet fuel, or waters. So we're just going to take jet fuel, and we're going to put it there. Now, I have just noticed that probably is covered by the face cam, but just know up in the top left corner, there's a knob that says diesel, and you're going to click to the right, and it should show jet fuel, and that's what you want the settings to be on. Anyway, so now that we've set it to jet fuel, now we need other things like a power bank, which can be just a big battery or a small battery. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to use these batteries here. Okay, so now we have 4 batteries. Then you just take electricity, and you have to hook up the electricity. Now, there's another thing we're going to need. Almost exactly like the other engine, like the normal engines, which basically the small engine I talked about in my last video is the same thing as the medium engine, but they have a lot in common. Just one takes more than the other. But this takes a push button and a lever. You're going to need a lever here. So I've not really built a jet engine like this in a little bit. So if you find me struggling to remember what I am trying to teach here, then you'll know why. But I'm pretty sure I know how to do it. So you have air pressure, and then you have RPS, and then you have compressor, start, and then throttle. So you're going to take a throttle lever to that. Then we need starter. I'm pretty sure this is all we need. So let's spawn it in here. Let's see if it works. Let's see if I've messed it up or not. So throttle all the way up. It's one of the two. Okay, it's spinning. Spinning. Jet engine started. There. Oh yeah, and also it's a jet engine. What did you expect? I actually did not expect it to do that. I expected it to just run forward into the mountain over there and die. I didn't expect it to fly away. Basically, what is happening within the inner working of the engine, the intake is intaking a massive amount of air, which goes into the compressor where it gets compressed into tighter. And then it goes into here where it gets mixed with fuel. The air gets mixed with the fuel and burns. And then it goes in the turbine where it turns the turbine as the air burns past. And then that, in a real engine, comes back up to here and spins this, which then helps create propulsion. And then this just helps with the 10% of propulsion that's happening. So to replicate that real effect, since we have a medium thing here to start it with, we're just gonna go to here, little small propeller here. Forget it actually being functional, but as you can see here, how this works is this turbine turns and then sends it up to here, which you can have this. And you could actually cut off this exhaust here and just have it going up into the rotor of your helicopter. So you don't have any exhaust here. So that's how you could do it. But as you can see here, that doesn't turn it, so it's that one. Okay, as you can see, as this starts to turn, as the air starts to get pulled in and everything starts to start, you can see eventually this will start spinning. But before it starts spinning, it takes off and, oh dear, does that. Oh! Hey! Okay. Is there any way to fix it? No? Okay. So as you can see, you'll always need batteries for almost every engine. Actually, every engine in the game needs batteries. So you know you need batteries. Every engine in the game needs air and fuel, exhaust, and then every engine. Now, there's a small turbine. The small turbine does not have this power output. So remember that when you're building your big, plate helicopters, and you want to use the RPS output to put the rotor on, remember that the small turbines do not have this RPS output. So don't waste your time looking for it if you're trying to build a helicopter. And then you also have your fuel, power output, exhaust, power, then starters, and that. So this is how you make basically a basic version. You can have a lot more switches and knobs to make it a little bit more convincing. Like you can have there be a fuel valve here or something that you have to open. You can have more than one engine in your plane so that there's several valves you have to open. And you can make it a lot more complicated than it actually is. Bye. I love you. And I will see you guys next time.